Good morning. So we are about to head out. Hurricane Ian is like here pretty much, even though it's not a hurricane anymore. It's like a tropical storm or whatever. It's pretty rainy. I don't really like to go out in the rain, but I don't really have nothing to do this morning, and I just kind of want to go to the store and get this stuff and be done with the meal plan for the week. So I'm gonna share a cooking recipe at the end of this video, but you guys voted on to see a grocery haul and some cooking, so that is what today's video is going to be, and I hope that you guys like it. But let's go to the store. So I normally either go to Walmart or Food Line. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Today I think I'm going to go to Walmart because I actually want to swing by Sheetz and get a chai tea because I need caffeine. Well, it's been an interesting morning. We got our groceries from Walmart. We didn't do pickup today. I normally do pickup, but you have to do pickup in advance to get it. Like if I would have wanted to pick it up this morning, I probably would have had to, yeah, I probably would have had to order groceries yesterday to get it to, so I could pick them up this morning. At least that's how my Walmart is. You kind of have to do it in advance of whenever you want to pick it up, so you have enough time. But I hate grocery shopping. I don't know about anybody else, but I absolutely despise it. Everything is very expensive. I don't like paying a lot of money for certain things, and I did get a couple of name brand things, but for the most part, most of the time I try to just buy the Great Value brand or something. But Cole wanted Fruit Loops, that's name brand, but we got some cereal that they like. It was not going to be a very big grocery haul. The wind is kind of starting to pick up a little bit more here now. It's like a little breezy now. So I don't know how windy it's going to get, but where my husband is working today, it's going to get like 40 miles an hour winds. So, yeah, he wanted Fruit Loops. We saw the commercial the other day, and he was really wanting that cereal. So we got some Fruit Loops for him, but that was like one of my favorites to eat as a kid, you know. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the house now. This is not a very big grocery haul, but it is what it is. We did buy some like snacks and stuff like a few days ago, and we spent like $40 or $50 just on like that kind of stuff. So today I spent 70 bucks on what I did get, and it's not a lot. So anyways, it'll get us through this week coming up. I got a couple new meals that I'm making. Some strawberry and banana yogurt. This is my husband's go-to. We go through this pretty fast. We got a Lunchable that Cole picked out. Kraft American single cheese. We got some assorted pops. We got some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This is my husband's favorite cereal. And then Cole, like I said, picked out the Fruit Loops today. We got the reduced sodium chicken broth for dinner recipe. I needed onions. I go through onions like crazy. These are my favorite ones. I just love these. These are so good. So I just got some of those. We got some fresh baby spinach. I always get this kind so I can make like wraps. I'm actually going to make wraps for like lunch and stuff, and I really wanted some fresh spinach. The other kind that I had to end up freezing it because it was starting to go bad. And normally what I do is I would just freeze it, and then I can put it in my smoothies and use it that way. So, we got some potato rolls for some sloppy joes, some chicken patties, or like whatever I'm making.
It says like that.
Yeah, that's sausage. We got some.
That's sausage.
This is hamburger. That's hamburger. We got some manwich in the bowl.
This.
Yeah, that's soup.
What's it good sauce?
That's turkey.
What's it milk?
That's cheese.
What's this?
Yeah, that's cheese too. Okay, let mommy finish talking here. We got some, like, this is supposed to be like Rotel. It's just a great value brand. Ground beef chuck for the sloppy joes. A lot of the times I like to do mine homemade even. Like, I think they might even taste better homemade than using this. But this is fast, so that's why I grabbed that. Yeah, different colors. We got some taco seasoning mix for a dinner recipe. Campbell's chunky chicken noodle soup to try out because the Progresso just wasn't doing it for me. Like, I like some of them okay, but they just, to me, maybe it's just me, but every one of those Progresso ones that I've tried, just, I don't think they're that awesome for some reason. Like, they just don't taste that great. So I wanted to try one of these out and see what I think of the Campbell's because, yeah, that's cheese. So we got the, turn you guys around. We got the, are you trying to do a grocery haul?
This is a cookie.
Yeah, that's your Lunchable that you wanted.
That's waffles.
We got some honey turkey breast. This is the thin sliced. Some turkey sausage. Let me just tell you guys, I think I've mentioned this before, but I always get this one from Walmart because this one is awesome. So like I said, this turkey sausage is really good. It doesn't even taste like turkey to me. Like, I really like this one. I think this one's bomb. So I got some of that, and we got some of these Guerrero. I'm not sure how you say that. I did not know which wraps I wanted, but these have flax seeds. They're like high in fiber. They're kind of small, but I could do like some turkey and hummus and some spinach and cheese even if you wanted, some vegetables. Like a little wrap for lunch, something simple, kind of healthy. So that's why I picked those up to try. We got some mozzarella cheese and mild cheddar. I picked up some parsley. I recently just tried this at Chick-fil-A and I thought it was so good, so I wanted to get some and I got it. We got some light sour cream. This was a manager's special on chicken breast, so I just grabbed it. I'll probably freeze it for now. We got some heavy whipping cream for a recipe, and I think that's everything. So, like I said, not a very big haul. All this stuff was $70. You don't get anything for that amount of money anymore. It's just insane. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff away really quick. The grocery haul. I just got done switching up the dining area a little bit. One of you guys said that you thought it would look better without the tree over there, and I actually agree with that. So I just felt like it was too cluttery or something, and this table's so large that it didn't really look the best over there. But when my other table was there, the smaller round table, that tree looked so good over there in that corner, and it was on like a really small, like little stool about this high. It looked awesome over there when I had a smaller table. But now that I have this bigger table, I agree with you on that. So I got rid of the tree, and I actually switched out the placemats and put this glittery gold runner that I had in my bedroom that was on the dresser, and I just didn't really like it in there. I thought it was just too long for that dresser. So I put it on my table, and I really like it. It does cover up the picture on the table, which I'm not 100% crazy about it. Anyways, my husband really liked the table more than I did, but because this is his house too, I wanted him to be able to get something that he really liked and enjoyed, because most of the time he lets me pick out everything that I like for the house. And this time he was so excited over this table. I was like, well, why don't we get it? And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yes, get something that you like. He's always letting me pick out everything. So I wanted him to get something that he really wanted. And we're going to be making chicken meatballs for tonight's dinner. I have never made this recipe, so this is going to be new, and I hope it's good, because if it's not, I really don't want to share it with you guys. So let's get started, because I think I do have to prep a lot of things. I really want some mashed potatoes for the side with this, so I need to prep that. And I have like one of those little gravy packets up there to actually, I think the one that we're making today makes its own like kind of sauce, so maybe we can just use that for gravy and then I won't have to make any. So the first thing I'm going to do is prep my potatoes and get that out of the way. So before we do the actual cooking process of the meatballs, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys personally, because it's actually really easier for me to go over the ingredients sometimes than doing it on voiceover, because sometimes in voiceover I am not fast enough to tell the exact measurements and all that, because this one actually has a lot, because we're not only are we making like I mean, it's not like a lot, it's probably most stuff that you already have on hand, but but man, this is going well. My cutting board just fell. I keep forgetting things. Okay, so we're gonna be making the meatballs in a bowl, like if you've ever made homemade meatballs before. Also, if you don't want to use ground chicken, you can probably use beef, even turkey, whatever you want. But this is specifically chicken meatballs. It's in a creamy sauce is what this is called. This looks amazing. This recipe is on Pinterest. I also think there might be another video on this on YouTube. I ain't really sure. But there's a lot of recipes that I make that are probably already on YouTube. So I am never claiming to be the owner of these recipes. These are literally what I find, and then I want to try them out for myself to see if they're good and share them with any of my followers. So they are definitely not my own recipes in any way. I wanted to say that. But okay, so for the chicken meatballs, you guys are going to need 1 1/4 ground chicken. You need 1 cup of cooked rice, room temperature or colder. You need 1 large egg, 1 small onion grated. That's weird that we have to grate that, but that'll be interesting. 1 garlic clove pressed. I don't have garlic cloves, I have minced though, so it'll be fine. 1 1/2, or just one, yeah, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 cup of flour for dredging. What? Basically, we're gonna roll the meatballs in the flour before we cook them. You need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You need, now this is for the sauce that we're gonna do on the stovetop, which I'll probably come on and do the voiceover for that part maybe, but you need 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 cups of reduced sodium chicken broth, 1/4 cup of sour cream, Greek yogurt, or heavy cream. I have heavy cream, so that's what we're going to use today. You need 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of paprika, salt and pepper to taste, and then freshly chopped parsley for garnish. I don't have fresh, so I'm just going to use the parsley flakes. And then I need my heavy cream because I about forgot that. So I actually have both. I have sour cream and heavy cream, but I'm just going to use the heavy cream for the sauce, because I think we're going to put the sour cream into, I forget the other thing. Am I going to use that? I don't know, guys. Maybe I don't need it. Do I not need it? Let me see. Okay. Now I remember why I got out the sour cream, because I'm making mashed potatoes and sometimes I like to put a little sour cream in my mashed potatoes. So we'll do that for the mashed potatoes. So I'm currently cooking the boiled rice in a bag because I'm lazy. I didn't have time to cook. actual rice. You probably don't even have to add rice if you don't want to, which I was about to skip, but I'm kind of like afraid to skip the step because I really like rice, and I'm thinking rice might hold the meatballs together really well and make them a little bit more moist. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on what I can. I'm just gonna go ahead and combine everything into the bowl for the meatballs except for the rice, and then I'll come back and do that last. Alright guys, so starting off, we're going to put our ground turkey, or ground chicken in my case, into your bowl. You're going to crack 1 egg, and then you're going to kind of shred your onion the best you can. So I just use this little grater. It said to grate it like really finely. So it worked pretty good actually. I didn't know how that was going to go, but it did work pretty good. You guys will have to let me know if you like me doing a voiceover with these cooking videos, or would you prefer me in real time explaining what to do. Let me know down below. Sometimes I'm not very good at explaining on these voiceovers with stuff because I forget what I'm doing. So you guys just saw me put some black pepper in there, and then I'm also putting some salt in there. And then we're just going to kind of mix that up. And in the meantime, if you make this recipe, please make the rice ahead of time. This was something that I didn't do because you actually have to let the rice completely cool down before you put it in the meatballs. Mine was just about cool, but it was still a little warm, so that might be why mine kind of got a little mushy on me. So make sure your rice is completely cool and cold to the touch before you put it in here. But I would actually make these again. I thought they were really good, and they're healthier than, like, you know, meat, or they're healthier than beef meatballs, which we also really love, but this is just like a little bit healthier for you. And my husband actually really liked it, so I was super happy about that. So then once you get your rice incorporated and it's cooled down, you want to get a separate bowl and put a little flour in there. So you're just going to make your meatballs, and like I said, I was having a hard time because mine were kind of mushy, but the flour kind of brought them back together. And you're just going to roll them in some flour and put them all on the plate. And then you will head over to your skillet, and we're going to put just a little bit of olive oil in there, and you're going to want to brown them on both sides about 3 or 4 minutes. And the second side, when you flip it over, it did say to go ahead and put your lid on for the remaining minutes, just to make sure that they're fully cooked and everything. It was super easy, but I will tell you guys, because I was waiting so long for the rice, that's why it was such a long process for me in this video. It took me forever to get this done, but once you get the hang of it, it's like, if I did it again, I could probably get it done a lot faster this time, just because this was my first time. And anytime you're making something new that requires a good amount of steps or anything, it takes some time to cook, but that's okay. So like my mashed potatoes that I made on the side were already completely done, so I just kind of had to heat them through when the meatballs were done. So yeah, I'm just gonna use some tongs here and flip them over once they are brown on the side, and then when I want to cook the other side here, once I get them flipped, I'm just gonna put the lid on and let it finish cooking. Okay, so moving on to our sauce, you want to put your 2 tablespoons of butter in there, or actually I think you might need more than that. I apologize. You might need about 3 to 4 tablespoons. I forget. Read the recipe down below. I will have it linked to make sure. And I think it was like 3 or 4 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of flour. You want to make sure your butter's melted down, then go ahead and get your 2 tablespoons of flour and whisk that really well until it's incorporated and it starts to look kind of like a brownish color there. Once your flour is completely incorporated, you can go ahead and take your chicken broth and you can pour that in, and then you just want to whisk it until it forms like a thicker consistency. So this is going to take a little bit of time, like maybe like 5 or 6 minutes. You just want to kind of let it come to a nice thick gravy-like consistency, and then that's how you know that it'll be ready. I just wanna be the shiny one. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some more black pepper because I just like black pepper in my food, and I didn't really want to add any salt because of the chicken broth, but I mean, you could, you know, salt and pepper to taste whenever you finish the recipe. But I'm also gonna go ahead and add in my paprika, which you guys can see I made a huge mess. But I always make a mess when I'm cooking or baking, and I told my grandma, I feel like if you don't make a mess, you're not doing it right, or you're just, you know, you're not having a good time if you don't make a mess, right? So, anyways, you gotta make a mess to make good food. I just feel like that's how it is. But I'm just gonna whisk that in really good, and then we're gonna go in with our heavy cream, and you're just gonna continue to whisk that, and like I said, until it just starts to get thickened up a little bit and you got like a creamy sauce. It's really simple to do, and then you just add your meatballs back in, and that's it. And I kind of went with a spoon and poured that sauce over my meatballs, but you can just toss them around in there if you want to. And that was it, guys. It was super easy. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you do try it out. I'll have it linked down below, and be sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Tell you guys, I slaved over this meal for an hour or longer. It took some time. Recommend prepping your rice ahead of time because it was a lot. So they look pretty dang good. My husband said they were pretty good for chicken because he likes ground beef. But he said it was pretty good for chicken, so I'm gonna give it a try. Pretty good. You like beef better, right? Of course.
Yes, we'll put the fan on. We're gonna get the bathtub.
These are really good. Also, I probably done said in the voiceover, but I was really worried about they were not sticking well, they were falling apart, the flour kind of stuck it all back together, so if yours ends up like mine. I had to thaw my chicken, so maybe that's why. I find it better just to use stuff that hasn't been frozen and then thaws because it gets like really mushy. For stuff like this, and even the hamburger patties too, for some reason for me, and then they fall apart every time. So this is really good, but it's a little time consuming. But I mean, if you want something different, this is different. I've never really had anything like this before, so it's pretty good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys like this cooking video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.